Have you been thinking about getting a robot vacuum cleaner but thought they're a little bit too expensive? Well, this may be the answer to your prayers. It's the Eufy RoboVac C30. So I've had various robot vacuum cleaners in my house and here in the cave over the years. In the cave here I had this aging Neato XV series, I think it is. It's seen better days, the batteries don't last very long. Yeah, the screen's a bit messed up. So I've been on the lookout for a while for a new robot vacuum cleaner, and a few weeks ago I got the Eufy RoboVac C30, and it's really good. It's really good value for money. So I thought I'd kind of talk to you through kind of what you get in the box, how it works, and basically why I think it's something you should consider if you're looking for a robot vacuum. So here's the box that it comes in. When you open it, there's various things inside. Obviously the robot vacuum cleaner itself, but it comes with a dock, it comes with a spare filter, it comes with a couple of spare side brushes, it comes with a remote control along with some batteries, 2 AAA batteries. It also comes with a cleaner so that when you need to de-hair the brushes and kind of sweep things out, you've got that with you as well. They've even taken the time to throw in some zip ties, and the reason for that is you may want to get cables out of the way to make sure that the robot vacuum cleaner doesn't eat your cables whilst you're leaving it unattended. And then also in there is a couple of reels of this magnetic tape. It's 13.2 feet, which is about 14 meters, 2 packets of 2 meter boundary strips. You can just put that in areas that you don't want it to go. Perhaps it was a certain room, or you know, a dog's bed or something. Anything you want to keep it away from, you can put those boundary wires out, and it's going to make sure that the robot vac doesn't kind of wander where it shouldn't do. Also an instruction manual in there, but as you'll see from this video, it's really straightforward to use, not very complex at all. And yeah, I just think it's really good. So I'm not using the remote control myself, but you can see it comes in this little bag, and from the controller you can do basically everything. You can tell it to dock, you can tell it to auto clean, you can get it to start, you can tell it to do the different cleaning methods, so auto clean, spot mode, etc., and change the power and everything. But there's also an app as well, so it's very easy to set this up in the app. Just go through the instructions you can see on screen, you add it into your wireless network, and then basically from there you can control everything from the app. And it can also be integrated with your smart home device as well, so whether that be an Amazon Echo or a Google Home device, you can then control things with your voice as well. So let's talk a little bit about the specs here of the Eufy RoboVac 30C. If you're not familiar with Eufy, the reason why I'm kind of a fan of them is I'm a massive fan of Anker products, mainly their batteries and chargers and things, but I do have a little Eufy vac that I keep in my Hero Camper Ranger for when we're camping. But the 30C I think is the sweet spot of the kind of budget RoboVacs for a couple of reasons. Very often they have them on special offer on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description. This was about £210 when I got it. You see many deals on most of the time. So 1,500 PAs of suction on this particular unit. You can get, I think it's the 30C Max that has 2,000 PAs of suction, but actually it doesn't have the high efficient filter in it, which I think is why it sucks more. So I still think if you're going to go with any of them, go for the 30C. And like I said, most of the time you can get the 30C for the same price as you can some of the lower entry models as well. So it's got a 2,600 milliamp battery in there. Obviously that's rechargeable, and it recharges itself by going back to the dock. I've seen some videos on this. There is not any intelligence in terms of sensoring and mapping out the room with this robot vac. So there's no LiDAR on there. It doesn't know where it is in the room. It doesn't map things out to decide what it's going to bump into or where it's been. It basically uses a random algorithm to travel around your room and your different rooms to then obviously try and clean everything it can in a random pattern, but it's not going to go up and down in stripes. It does have 9 infrared sensors that it uses to minimize bumping into things. It also has some edge sensors so it doesn't disappear off down the stairs if it's upstairs as well. If you have a smaller house or a singular room like I have here in the cave, this is perfect. If you do have something with lots and lots of rooms, then you probably do want something on LiDAR because you want to be able to guarantee it's going to clean all the rooms. This also won't return to the dock and then charge and then head out again. Once it returns to the dock, it will sit there either until you start it again or the schedule tells things to kick off again. So in terms of the actual run time, you've got about an hour and a half maximum run time. That's going to depend on what setting you have this in. So there's kind of like a minimum setting, a maximum setting, and an IQ boost setting. The IQ boost works really well. So here in the cave I have wooden flooring, but basically as it goes out there into the hallway above the stairs, it will detect it's moved onto carpet and it will kind of boost its suction power to deal with carpet as well. So you're going to see somewhere between an hour and a half to about 40 minutes in general with the battery time here on this. That might not seem a lot and you might think, wow, that's a long time hoovering, but remember, these things are hoovering when either you're asleep or when you're out at work, and it is pretty quiet, 55 decibels. I will include a little video now so you can hear it. It's not really that noisy, and well, I think you could sleep whilst this is on. So in terms of how it's working, as I mentioned before, 9 infrared sensors that's stopping it from bumping into different things. We can see here that obviously it's powered on and it is connected to my Wi-Fi network. At the front is the bumper that obviously when it bumps into things and will move elsewhere. On the underside, 3 brushes altogether, so 2 side brushes that help sweep things from the side in the corners and nooks and crannies into the main brushing area. When you want to get access to the brushing area, you can basically just pull up these 2 clips and pop things out, and you can then just take the brush out for cleaning. In terms of the bin at the back, so obviously where the dust goes, you are going to want to probably empty this most days, but that's not a problem. I recommend with any of these robot vacuum cleaners, unless you really need to, don't let them vacuum every day. Every other day is good for battery life. But here is the bin. Obviously I've been using this, so there is a little bit of dirt and crud in there. So it's 0.6 litres in the bin. In the top is where the filter sits. So as I said, you get a spare one of these, but this is a high efficiency filter, so a bit better. And you see on the bottom that kind of black gauze. On the max versions, you just get that black gauze. That's why the suction is improved. So if you really wanted to, you could remove the high performance filter and just leave the black gauze in there if you want to up the suction, but I recommend that you don't do that. So just pop that back in. And then the actual bin itself, you close that down, just basically pulls open. And you can see in there, I do an overlay as well of the last little vacuum that it did. You can see some of the crud that it picks up, but it works really, really well. And not that you're going to be carrying this around, so you may want to take it upstairs if you've only got one or whatever. But it's pretty light, 2.7 kilograms, so you're not going to do yourself an injury moving up and down and moving it around. There is a on and off button just over here in the one corner. But in terms of height, again, it's only 2.8 inches high, which is around 7.2 centimeters. So it's going to be able to get under most people's chest of drawers and beds and sofas and things like that. So kind of clean where you can't get access to easily. When we use these in the house, that's one of my favourite things about them. It's very unlikely that we can be bothered to kind of drag out the chest of drawers and drag out beds and drag out sofas to clean underneath them, but your robot vacuum takes care of that for you as well. In terms of kind of inclines and different carpets and rugs that you might have, so it can support a 0.63 inches incline, which is about 1.6 centimeters, so it can go kind of from tile to wooden floor to carpet and stuff without any issues. It's going to be able to make it up and down those little verges. One thing to keep in mind in terms of the Wi-Fi connectivity, it does need a 2.4 gigahertz wireless network to be connected to. So most people will have that. Even if you have dual band of 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, again, just make sure that you support 2.4 gigahertz, or you won't be able to kind of get things connected and working. So comes with a 1-year warranty, as with all of the Eufy stuff. But yeah, I think it's really good. I'm going to include a little video at the end, so you can just see a little time lapse of it going around doing some cleaning. But I'm really impressed with this. It works really well. I had no issues of it struggling to find its dock or anything, which happened in the past with like old Roombas and things I had. But this definitely works really, really well. Again, I controlled it through my Echo Dots, but you can obviously, if you just want to press and start it from the button here, you can use the remote or use the app. Obviously, because it's not a super sensing one, it doesn't map out the area with any LiDAR. The only thing really to keep an eye out for is any clothes and toys that it might get kind of caught on or snagged on, like a shopping bag or something, and cables. These things love to eat and get stuck in your cables. If it does that, it will start crying and beeping, basically saying it needs you to rescue you or rescue it. So you've got a couple of options. It will send you messages on your smartphone if you've got that enabled to say obviously that it's stuck somewhere. There isn't any map, so you just have to go and listen for its beeping. And if you can't find it from the app, there is a find me mode, and again it will just start beeping and you can kind of go around your house trying to find it. But if you're looking for a robot vacuum cleaner, I think definitely check out the 30C. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I'm really happy with it, and for the price point, I think it is a really, really good buy. Feel free to ask any questions you might have in the comments below. Let me know if you've bought one, what you think of it as well. Please consider liking this video if you have done. Really help me and the channel get noticed by the YouTube algorithm. And of course, consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks and pressing that bell notification icon to be made aware of other future videos. Not just smart gadget tech reviews, also got flying stuff, car stuff, solar stuff, battery stuff, all different things on Spectrum Geeks. I'm pretty confident this is something that you might enjoy on this channel. Or of course, join our Discord channel, leave feedback, suggest other kinds of videos that you may want to see in the future. But yeah, that's it. The Eufy RoboVac 30C, I'm very happy with it. It's doing a splendid job cleaning here in my cave. Until the next video, take care of yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye for now.